Here we are. We're near Fairnall's tomb, so if you ever think of completing the 5 tombs, the Sand Crags camp, you just head right across. Shouldn't be too hard. You'll run into some minor dragons around here, some Virons. We have the wind chill staffs. I've got ice staffs on my main guy. Dorian's also got a Grand Enchantment of ice staff. Cassandra's obviously using Andraste again. Sadly, it's got the fire attachment on it, not good for facing this sort of dragon. And what we do want is dragon kind of slaying runes. Like I put a Master Dragon Slaying on there, my Archon staff, but obviously I'm not using that right now because you need to get a hold of some quite valuable demon parts, and I've not progressed far enough to get those powerful demon parts. Either way, we're very well set up. Last time I took on the Sandy Howler was quite some time ago. It was with a more normal setup then. I wasn't using so much, but as you can see, this is going to be a very different battle to the one we just had against the last dragon. And that's just because ice is one of the weaknesses on Sandy Howler. I forgot to mention it earlier, but I have also placed on all of my characters heavy fire resistant armor. So everyone's wearing fire armor that gives them almost 100% fire resistance. So I'll show you after the battle's done what kind of setup we have here, but it is impressive. I'm just going to use this. I use the Fade Walker move to just run out of battle zone. And once you're in there, you need to get back out again. Most of these staffs on them also have a guard boost on that will help them do more damage against guard. As you see here, easily getting across 400, maybe 300 damage. And once those heads have been weakened sufficiently, you get more along. I do think personally fire dragons are a lot weaker than electric dragons. And the level listing is maybe unfortunate. The frost dragon, I think, if we'd faced it now, we would have been a lot easier. I gotta also remind you we are level 21, so it's a good idea to wait a little while before taking on the dragons, because they can be quite dangerous even at high levels, as we find when we take on the electric dragon. Now you see the head is critically weakened. I am using a very powerful ice staff. It does almost 100 damage on its own, and that will be why it's right here. No, we haven't got all of the resistances yet for everything, fire and all the rest of it. And I don't yet have my rift up. I think soon we may get the rift ability. I am hang on to that. But if we're facing either an ice dragon or electric dragon next, I think the last 2 dragons are just fire and ice, which is good for us because that's what we're ready for. The next dragon will be an ice dragon. In my opinion, the Sandy Howler is one of the easiest dragons. Last time I was down here, I took it on without having any of the proper setup for it. I just had fire weapons. I had all ice staff, but not a lot of it, and a big vortex. And that was without the setup. That was just we were already going down here to go to Farnell's tomb. And I thought I'd test out my luck to see if we are ready to take on dragons. It was actually taking on this dragon that led me to the belief I think we were ready to hunt all the others. It's been quite a battle so far, just because he's thrown down a stunner. That's not good. Look, we barely touched our health potions. I haven't even switched over to fire resistance potions. That's how ineffective so far this dragon is. Of course, now and again they do like to call in assistance, as is being done right now. It's a good idea with the wing attack to try and get your more powerful guys in close, so that they can take advantage of the cycle effect to just throw down some ice. So I'm going to rely on Cassandra. They might just rush in again last minute. I'm going to rely on Cassandra to an extent. Remember, we haven't even done stuff like throwing down the ice vigils. So obviously, we throw that down, that might do something. We can throw down a blizzard here and make it so the ice attacks are stronger. Now do you see what we're doing? We're easily hitting 500, 600. It's important to know to throw down those sort of blizzard attacks, those firestorms that boost your initial attack anyway, which is very effective against dragons like this one that don't tend to move around a lot. I think we're going to see him drop on the floor soon. As you can see, our Blizz is obviously cutting into our mage. I do have on this dragon the Undrust. On this specific class, I have Undrust and Sacrifice, which boosts how quickly your willpower comes back. You know, regenerates as quickly as other things. It does mean that you are a target to the dragon. However, because we have Cassandra and she's on a class almost like Vanguard that, you know, does a lot of things to incite the opponent to go after her. She's well set up thanks to win this battle. I think this is going to be one of our easiest dragon killings yet in the Hissing Waste here. There you go. Battle completed. Probably our shortest ever dragon fight. Pretty much done in 5 minutes if you include the 1 minute I'm spending just talking to you. 3,000 there. Let's see what we got from killing this ice dragon. We've got the robes of the High Keeper. We were eyeing up buying one of these earlier. It's about 4,000. It's a very good armor set. Not something we're gonna put on for slaying dragons, but definitely good later. The stamina, very good. We're gonna have to slay that dragon that's coming over. Armor of the Knights Divine. A fairly good armor set, very high level, has some good resistances on that. Standard Frost Rune, and of course our various dragon items. A lot of dragon webbing, that's very good. We do use dragon webbing. Most of the armor you see my character running right now with its heavy fire boosts and fire resistances are all the result of this dragon webbing and dragon scales. I did use the resources from our last couple of battles against dragons to make the armor you see before you the best armor in my opinion, because I haven't progressed far enough to get the master level sort of attachment. This is just some very high level standard armor, and I put on it some battle mage robes. So I'm just going to show you the armor as well in case you were interested. So my Inquisitor obviously has the helm of the Inquisitor. I picked it up in an earlier battle. Standard Enchanter mail, not the best, but we're using, as you see, Firewalker battle arms. Now, as you notice, I have almost 100% fire resistance now because of that, because I used the stuff like the dragon webbing and the dragon bones and all that, combine them together. So I do recommend saving those sort of items, using your dragon scales instead to get fire resistances, and then when you have enough and you've got good armor, I wonder if it can be slain. Mate,
proof it isn't an archdemon at all, I'd say.
What do you mean?
If Grey Wardens are good for anything, it's killing an archdemon. This one rose again. I'd say Corypheus created it. A tribute to his old gods, or an emulation of them.
Meaning what? It cannot be slain unless he is?
That? Or we need a much deeper chasm.
But anyway, realise there that to slay, we did manage to slay the dragon there. Now the next one on our list, so you are aware, we're obviously going to be going back to the Empire du Lion. These are the last two dragons on our hit list. We've got a fire dragon and we've got a cold dragon. So we're going to be taking on the cold or ice dragon Keltzenia in the next episode. I'm going to go over and get some of our relevant armor and weapons, and this is when we're going to really come into play. So thank you for watching. That was how to slay the Sandy Howler.